China's economic miracle has created a new generation of status-conscious consumers with money to spend. It's an enticing prospect for firms looking to get a slice of the Chinese market. But what do Chinese want? That's the topic of a new book by Tom Doctoroff, Greater China CEO with the ad agency JWT. He says marketers need to shift the roles their brands play elsewhere to align with China's distinct consumer culture. In a talk at NUS Business School, he explained the 3 golden rules that are at the heart of successful marketing in China.
The first golden rule, and this is the granddaddy of all golden rules, is due to the need to project your status, but also save your money, all right? Due to the need to protect your wealth, but at the same time project your status and generate face. And what is face? Face is social currency. It's more than dignity. Face is accumulated over time. It is sold, it is traded, it is earned at boardroom tables and round tables when deals are struck. But the golden rule of China marketing is in order to charge a price premium, in order to have a high profit margin, you must maximize public consumption. Goods that are sold in public can command a high price premium. Just one example of this, Pepsi, all right, which is not that expensive, but the most successful internet promotion ever in China with 750 million page views was the Get on the Can Pepsi promotion, where people competed for their image to be emblazoned on a can of Pepsi through social network forums, through canvassing and voting. 750 million page views just to get your image and your face on a can of Pepsi. This is a need for public consumption and societal acknowledgement. This golden rule of price premium through public consumption explains the fact that many status-driven brands have an easier time than ones that are not driven by status. It explains, of course, why luxury in China is booming. Although things have slowed down this year amidst economic uncertainty, luxury is experiencing double-digit growth for the past 20 years. In fact, right now, if you combine luxury goods purchased by Chinese in China and luxury goods purchased by Chinese outside of China, the Chinese are the /1 luxury buyers in the world. Here's a statistic that boggles my mind. The mainland Chinese account for 2% of visitors to France. They account for 15% of all luxury items purchased in China. Louis Vuitton, which has the benefit of immediate visual projection of status through very conspicuous logofication, and any of the other brands are popular because they convey status. And we can talk about luxury marketing perhaps in the question and answer session. But in order to charge a price premium and maximize public consumption, it's not just about showing off. Business models need to change. The Starbucks, for example, to me, performed the Houdini act of marketing in China. Starbucks, by the end of 2014, will have 1,500 stores. China doesn't like coffee. China is a tea culture. But they realize that Starbucks is not just about selling coffee, it's about status. And they changed their entire retail strategy. They changed their store layout. Howard Schultz in America calls Starbucks the third space, that wonderful site of relaxation between home and office with big single plush chairs. In China, the stores are bigger, the menu is broader, but there are tables there. People don't go in individually. They come in together, gangs of new generation professional elite, to proclaim their affiliation with a new generation of success. And Starbucks coffee, by the way, is more expensive in China than it is in Chicago. Haagen-Dazs is the same thing. No Chinese person is going to spend $7 for a half pint of ice cream. Yes, Haagen-Dazs is more expensive than in the West as well, and bring that half pint of ice cream to watch in front of an illegal DVD back on the couch. It's not going to happen. However, A cool young guy is going to pay some money, all right, to impress his girlfriend in an ice cream parlor. And by the end of 2012, this year, Haagen-Dazs will have 550 ice cream parlors. Japan is all about, Haagen-Dazs is all about in-home consumption. China, out-of-home consumption. Pizza delivery. Chinese are very conservative when it comes to what they will eat inside their home. The home in China is a site of escape, retreat, refuge, protection. They don't experiment so much in terms of culinary adventure inside the house. But outside the house, the Pizza Hut restaurants are gigantic, filled with round tables where families can come together and come over a round piece of pizza. Mobile phone brands. The leading mobile phone brands in China are exclusively multinational brands. Apple now has taken the nation by storm. How long will it last? I don't know, but for now, Apple is big. Now, relative to cost of goods, multinational phone brands at every price tier are 250% more expensive than their local competitors relative to cost of goods. But on the other hand, inside the home, the leading appliance manufacturers are all local brands. Brands like Changhong Television, TCL, Little Swan dishwashers, etc. Because people inside the home are very price sensitive. According to B&Q, a retailer, a do-it-yourself retailer, Chinese aren't into do-it-yourself, but that's another topic. The average Chinese Shanghainese middle-class family that buys a 100 square meter apartment spends $12,800 to fit out 100 square meters. That's not a lot of money. People are very price sensitive. In Detroit, where I come from, that urban utopia. Okay, it's not an urban utopia, but I'm fond of it anyways, all right? You can't spend $12,000 on the carpeting, all right? It's more expensive. So Chinese are very price sensitive inside the home. And many marketers have made mistakes. IKEA made mistakes coming into China because it priced its good too high. They were beautiful, they were lovely. The IKEA store in Shanghai had the highest footfall in the world, but people didn't buy anything. They went in there to get design inspiration and buy it cheaply elsewhere. The same thing happened with Best Buy, all right? People demand inside the home very affordable prices. When IKEA changed its price-value equation, lowered its cost of goods, kept it aspirational but accessible in terms of price, then sales took off and they expanded pretty robustly into many cities. Sony is another typical example. Its Handycam is very successful. Its Handycam is brandished in public. It has a 54% market share. Its Bravia color television set, or whatever television set this is, has a 3% market share, right? Because inside the home, people don't pay a price premium for the most part. Now, is this evolving? It is evolving. People are more willing to selectively pay a price premium in the home now, but still selective. Siemens refrigerator now has a 20% market share because it's big and you can point to it. The wood in front of the front door is always, higher quality wood than back in the hall, all right? But in general, appliance manufacturers are going to have a very difficult time charging a price premium. Here is Hennessy VSOP. Again, you never cross the red line of overt rebellion. Individualism in China is Eve's apple. It's tempting, it's succulent, but if you bite into it, you get banished to the land of outcasts. This guy looks like a typical Western individualist. He's an artist. He's self-expressive. In Chinese, he says, I just am who I am. I have my beliefs. So it's feeling very Western. But at the end, it becomes, again, linked to societal acknowledgement. He clearly has a successful art gallery. He is wealthy, and he has the good-looking girlfriend looking at him with admiration.
活就要活得痛快。每个人都有梦想，我相信，只有把自己的梦想付诸行动，才真够有意思。我 则。虚拟式 VSOP， 活得痛快。
That's the first golden rule. The second is product is a means to an end. Products have to move you forward. A product has to yield dividends. It has to propel you along the line of success. In the West, we talk about internalized benefits. This just makes me feel good. In the West, we market shower gel to make you feel indulgent in the shower. In China, shower gel is an energizing kick that starts your day with the right step. In China, products need to do something. They need to be helping your competitive advantage. They are weapons on the battlefield of success. So benefits in China are never internalized. You don't buy a diamond just because it's beautiful or just because it says he really loves me and I love him. Take a look at this Diamond is Forever ad from China. It's very different from in the West. And again, the core of a marriage in China is not two individuals unified by love. Love, of course, is important anywhere. It's a human truth. But China roots marriage in commitment, 承诺. It is a fusion of two families. And when we say a diamond is forever, we mean commitment that lasts a lifetime. So I'm going to say what happens in this advertisement. The Chinese woman in a very elegant vacation spot looks up at the moon and she says, "Oh, it's so beautiful." Chinese women like round things. And in any case, the guy doesn't say, "Yes, it's beautiful." He says, "I'll go grab it for you." All right? So he has to prove his love, demonstrate his commitment. So he dives into the pool and he comes up slowly, slowly, not with the moon, but something even better. 5 months of his salary.
多美的月亮啊！
喜欢吗？我摘给你。为了你，
For you,
一切都可能。
everything is
钻
possible.
石恒久远，一颗永流传。
So products need to move you forward, but different levels of society have different definitions of success. This is the classic Passat ad. You can see very clearly that a car here, which has now become a middle-class prerequisite, you cannot be considered middle class unless you have your car, is teaching you the rules of success. Externalized benefits, winning principles in the business field. More horses.
帕萨特，成就明天。
Brands are investment in future advancement, hence the prevalence of preschooling MBA courses. Or this diamond ad for men, 一个相关点足以成就一个强者, the sparkle makes the man. Elegance is a tool of women to help her open doors gracefully. She is an iron flower who knows how to exert command without sacrificing her feminine gentility. But mass market also wants to advance, but the context of advancement is a little bit more modest. So this is a very typical mass market detergent ad. It's not about just clean clothes, clothes that look like new. It's about clothes that look like new, which result in a mother being applauded for having her daughter on stage looking like a little swan. Take a look.
明天 出来。
Tomorrow there's a performance. Are you going to have to buy new clothes?
妈妈，
Mom,
有芳草，
don't
丑
worry.
小鸭也
There's
变
Fang
小
Chao
天鹅。
detergent.
新一代
Tomorrow
芳
you'll
草
be a
强
little
效，
swan.
连白衣服上的污渍也能彻底洗净。
看那最白的小天鹅。
Oh, she is a little swan. New
衣
clothes?
服吗？
No.
不是新衣服，
It's new
是
Fang
新
Chao
芳
detergent.
草。
新一代芳草。
内衣物焕然一新。
Brings clothes back to new. That's more than stain removal. That's what we call an elegant benefit ladder. So the third golden rule of marketing is reassurance. The fundamental role of brands in China in a society that is not yet considered safe is to reassure. They reassure on physical levels and on societal and emotional levels. That's why any product that is ingested into the body or placed on the body needs a stamp of approval from a reputable central government authority. And by the way, this brand here is Safeguard Soap. It's P&G's leading soap brand, and it's had a 25% market share for 25 years. And what is its core proposition? Germ kill, protecting people from germs in the shower. Again, this is a protective benefit. The brand reassures. This is another successful but unsexy campaign from COFCO, Zhongliang. After the melamine crisis, Zhongliang, COFCO is China's largest food manufacturer. It's got a series of brands underneath it, but nobody knew the corporate brand. It's like P&G. Anyhow, after the melamine crisis, they spent just not that much money on advertising, and within 4 weeks, they went from a 4% awareness to a 60% awareness with this message, all right? It means complete chain management, all right? It's about safety at every step of the food production process. And the Chinese stood up and cheered because scale reassures. Higher. Why is Higher so popular? It's not because its products are particularly innovative. They're not bad, but it reassures because of one, scale, it's big, but two, service. Haier broke through about 15 years ago as the first company to offer 24-hour service guarantee. Again, this is a reassurance of a different level. But also, brands need to reassure in a social context. They need to reassure that you are not going to lose face because of the wrong brand selection. Just a little bit of comment on China's most prevalent but least sophisticated CRM strategy, the VIP card, or the VVIP card, or the gold triple platinum V cubed IP card. All right. Now, the average Chinese guy is probably going to have 1 or 2 credit cards. One of them might be a debit card, but his wallet is thick with VIP cards. And he strides into a corner restaurant or a corner barber shop or a newspaper stand or a massage parlor, both the good kind of massage parlor and the very bad and expensive massage parlor. And he in a booming voice says, 我是一个非常重要的人, all right, I'm a VIP. Can I have a discount, please? All right. So again, Chinese don't want to beg for a low price. They want to demonstrate their clever, skillful resourcefulness in bargaining. And the VIP card is a way of, as Chinese say, 一举两得. You know, on one hand, gaining face. On the other hand, making sure people don't feel that you need to have a discount. All right. So face is important at every stage of the retail process. For auto retail sales, you need to make sure that the dealership, right, is like a palace. The family is treated like visiting royalty. You know, the shop-and-shop model is a little bit less difficult to win in the luxury landscape, you know, than elsewhere because people need to be seen shopping in public. People need to be on a stage so other people can be observing them in a high-class environment. That's the third point, is reassurance. So that's what we have. Thank you very much.